miners are just saying, how long can this go on? What happened was miners just walked off the job. It wasn't the union that told them to do it, they just did it. But the union was trying to take control of this before it got out of hand, so they called for a big meeting on the Capitol steps, and they basically made a list of demands to the governor. And the first one was to end the mine guard system. The governor didn't respond, and so the union organizers told the miners, the only way that you're going to get your rights in this state is through the barrel of a rifle. Make no mistake, this was not a miners' army, this was a citizens' army. There were farmers, there were doctors, there were lawyers, there were people who were just tired of living under the mine guard system. They didn't see this as a fight against Uncle Sam. This was a fight against the coal companies, against state and local governments, and folks who had more or less sold them out.
The Battle of Blair Mountain was about reestablishing the Bill of Rights. But at the end of the day, they didn't win the battle. They may have outfought the coal companies, but they couldn't outfight the federal government. And because the federal government came down on the side of the coal companies, the power establishment, the power structure in West Virginia remained.
There's an old Union song. Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
You want to be treated like men? You want to be treated fair? Well, you ain't men to that coal company. Your equipment, like a shovel, a gondola car, a hunk of wood brace. They'll use you till you wear out, or you break down, or you're buried under a slate fall, and then they'll get a new one. And they don't care what color it is or where it comes from. It doesn't matter how much coal you can load or how long your family has lived on this land. If you stand alone, you're just so much shit to those people.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
They say in Harlan County there are no neutrals there. You'll either be a Union man or a thug for J.H. Blair.
Which side are you on? Which side are you on?
You think this man is your enemy?
Oh, workers, can you stand it? Oh, tell me
Huh?
how you can. Will you be
This is a worker.
lousy scab, or will you be a man?
Any union keeps this man out ain't a union. It's a goddamn club. Now they got you fighting white against colored, native against foreign, holler against holler. When you know there ain't but two sides of this world, them that work and them that don't. You work, they don't. That's all you got to know about the enemy.
Rich man and me don't have very much in common. Coal operator and me don't have very much in common. Me and a coal miner got something in common. We're drinking the same shitty water. We're breathing the same shitty air. We're dealing with the same fly rock rolling down and hitting our neighbors' houses. That's happening to everyone. When we're there and we're having this resistance of folks in the coal fields and the folks in the mine site won't be extreme. But even if it's extreme, realize that they're feeling that same fear of the future as what we are. They're oppressed by the same mechanisms and they feel it in the exact same way. I'm privileged. I've met people like Junior, I've met people like Glenn, I've met all of these really powerful people who taught me the ability to resist and taught me the ability to speak up and speak truth to power. Resist the coal industry. Not everybody has had that chance. Not everybody has that privilege. I was born middle class. My folks have made it all right for about the majority of their lives. I have a choice. My choice isn't I gotta go to a coal mine or I can't feed my kids. That's not the dichotomy that I have to operate in.
Those regulations protect your life. They protected my husband. They protected my father. And I'm here today with my husband and got to keep my dad for all those years. They were the hard workers, the coal miners that you were talking about. I love you guys. And I'm not going to see you as my enemy just because they want to make you think that I am. I'm asking you for West Virginians, no matter what county you are, let's start learning about each other. Let's start fighting for each other. And let's ask our politicians to quit getting on the coal side and start getting on our side. That's all I've got to say.
But that scarceness, that like feeling that something ain't right, that feeling like we have to resist this force, systems of power divert that energy until they get pissed off out of out-of-state tree huggers. The thing is, that energy is still there. People are pissed off here, and they damn well should be. And it's only a matter of time until the people of Appalachia figure out who we need to be pissed at. My grandfather was a union coal miner for 27 years. When your parent, the person who raises you, has been in those struggles like my grandpa was in Blackberry Creek, fought the scabs all his damn life. Having that union background, that resistance is that same natural process. It's as natural as breathing, it's natural as walking.
If you work 20 years in a union line, you can come out with health care, you can come out with a pension. These things that we have, and they were gift to us. I've done very little fighting. Compared to what was handed to me, you know, we just basically let it get away, you know.
It's the people who's blowing up the mountains are the people who are kicking people's out of their homes in New Orleans. They're the people who's fracking in Pittsburgh. It's the same people. It's that same forces of power that causes that oppression. Regardless of that background, when you fight oppression anywhere, you fight oppression everywhere. And we take that power back and we stand up and we resist. And when I look around, I see that every single one of you has that like will and has that drive to resist. And like I said, it's an honor.
You're gonna tell us to turn the other cheek, Joe?